All right, the crypto market has seen some more trouble in paradise. Even though today, the crypto market really didn't make any lower lows. I mean, Bitcoin at 59.2 thousand, Ethereum at 1,530, and XRP at 102. It's low, it's bad, but it's not worse than yesterday. Here's the thing though, there's a lot of drama ongoing. One of the most interesting pieces being this right here, Michael Saylor's fund, MicroStrategy. We've all talked about it because, well, it's the biggest Bitcoin holding firm in the world. Now the company, as of this point, is not doing too well. And apparently, here's what one person just said, Saylor will be the first CEO in history to see his stock drop 99% and recover, not once, but twice, because right now, as it currently stands, the highest point the stock has seen was $543. Right now at $85, it's not doing too well. But there's of course potential for a recovery, just like it did before, as it was apparently at the lows 42 cents a share, and then again at the heights 543. Now, of course, times are not always the same. I mean, just because a stock was able to do it in the past doesn't mean it's going to be able to do it in the future. One of the most interesting pieces when it comes to stocks, when it comes to prices, is this right here. Lenovo says cheap RAM and SSD, what I was talking about yesterday, prices may not come back to the lows this decade. And I talked briefly yesterday upon this idea that before, every single time technological advancements came in, it made everything cheaper. But it seems that this time around, even with Apple, right, making things more expensive with crazy percentages, the prices are not going to be able to keep that up. No matter of fact, they're only going to keep getting more expensive. Now, on the MicroStrategy situation, by the way, if you're wondering how bad it is, the loss as of this point is it's pretty significant. All right, it's down a pretty good penny from its all-time highs, a very good penny, but also it's down about a rough $13.3 billion, about 21%. That is pretty bad. At the same time, though, we've got Trump being as positive as ever, stating, let me just quickly show it to you guys.
America's 250th year is set for an economic boom, the lights of which no nation has ever seen before. No nation has ever been in the place that we are right now.
So if we were to believe Trump, then some very good times were to be upon us. And, well, I mean, we have ourselves a celebration July 4th, America's 250th year. Perhaps that's the start of some massive announcements, some massive things. Who knows, right? I don't really think so. I just mean or think that he's referring to the idea that this is going to be the best year ever, best year we've ever seen. 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. I guess all we can say about that is let us see, because most companies and most people think that this is going to be their best. And then we look at the prices and stocks, and this is actually MetaPlanet, a company pretty similar to MicroStrategy, also being down roughly 89% in 1 year, with an average cost Bitcoin price of $97.6 thousand. So yeah, that's also definitely not doing too good. Another interesting note when it comes to prices is oil. I've been looking at oil, and it's silently, slowly but surely, just been crumbling down. And this morning, for the first time in a little while here, I guess a couple of days ago, we most likely saw something quite similar, but U.S. oil prices crashed below $70 a barrel. So whoever thought that oil was the best trade for this market, yeah, you definitely thought wrong. And that's mostly because the conflict in the Middle East with regards to America and Iran is now partially over, at least for right now. And of course, that lowers the oil prices. But it's actually quite interesting to see this. South Korea's entire stock market has been halted, limit down, after falling over about 8%. That's actually also pretty crazy to see everything that's happening around the world. Ooh, there's a community note. It says here the Korean stock market circuit breakers are issued in stages, 8%, 15%, and 20%. The first two stages hold trading for 20 minutes, followed by a 10-minute single price auction. Only the final 20% is limit down, shutting the market for the day. All right, so it's like a price halt, just to make sure things don't keep collapsing in one final go, or in one fixed quick go. And perhaps looking at the numbers, some of that investment is heading into the U.S., as apparently foreign investment into the U.S. is exploding. U.S. net capital surged to a record plus $884 billion in 12 months, ending April 2026. Things are looking good on that side. Global appetite for the U.S. assets is unprecedented, especially if you take a look at earlier in the decade. how much things have changed, right? 2023 here, for example, take a look at how negative it was, and oh boy, have we turned that around. Now, there was another thing that I thought would be worthy of a mention, and that has to do with what's happening over on a global scale. Right now, one of the most important things we crypto holders are waiting for is the Clarity Act in the US. Apparently, there's something of a similar sort going on in Russia, but some people have stated that today is a negative day, or are some negative days, because Russia is not going to meet the deadline. So apparently we're going to see some delays, as they're not going to be filing it for July 1st, and after missing this schedule, they're wondering when exactly the next step is going to be taken. What I found more peculiar myself doesn't really have to do too much with regulation, but it's mostly with where we are currently headed for the Bitcoin price. And what is, in my opinion, really quite interesting is that on some exchanges, like Coinbase here on the dollar, we've actually just now this week set ourselves the lowest prices in so extremely long. But on a couple of exchanges, it's not actually dating all the way back to October 2024, before we had, by the way, an absolutely massive spurt, but it's actually just prices we saw back in February. Now, one thing I want to make clear though, and that's specifically talking about this price range right here, the price range that we saw back there, I often like to copy it over just to show people if you take the kind of like lower points, and in this case here, it's not perfect, but you get the idea. If you normally take this peak and take it towards the downside, and then again the upside afterwards, what you realize, and this is quite crucial, is that even though we've been going down for a while, and it's terrible to look at your portfolio every single day, looking at these losses, it really, really hurts, it really sucks. When you look at it from a little bit of a broader perspective, and this is my personal opinion on the matter, it's really not that bad. And what I mean with that is, if you take a look at what happened back there, we had ourselves a massive breakout at the start of 2024. Took us up towards the $70,000 range before it quickly fell down all the way towards roughly $48,000, down only 34%, sure, but this took a long time, about half a year of down. Now, before it actually overtook the previous high was about 236 days, let's say. If we again take a look at the all-time high right here, and we add 236 days to it, that would be what? Let's quickly see here. Roughly June, let's say the start of June, let's say June 1st, right? So basically the start of this month would have sparked where in that point in time, right, the markets all of a sudden had turned back around. Now you may say, this is slightly longer, Dusty. What are you talking about? Yeah, but what I just aim to state is that this, people never really consider to be a bear market or a bearish time at all. What we're seeing right now is quite bad, we would say, right? But in that time period, every single time you had these like legs downward, it was awful to witness. But if you're looking back at it right now, nobody even remembers that this even occurred. And so the point that I'm trying to make with this whole situation is, you can see how slowly but surely it trickled down, time and time again. If you were there, you felt the pain. Looking back at it, you really, for the most part, don't. And that's also because the prices went sharply up all of a sudden in around October 2024. But here's the kicker. That happened also really fast, just like how this down spurt kind of to some people felt like it happened suddenly. The upside, the all of a sudden pumping for days upon days in a row, especially led by XRP, was also quite sudden. On these legs, right, from September 2024 all the way towards, let's say, November 2024, at least looking at Bitcoin, even though we moved quite a lot from 52,000 all the way towards 67 with a high of 74, it really didn't feel that bullish. It was just because altcoins were taken over. But a similar sort of story can be seen from February 2026 towards May 2026. Right? If you look back at these times, it was all awful, except for like the last week or so here going into May. That felt kind of good because it felt like we were recovering. But this whole period through May, or from February to May, was awful. Just like how this period right now, the last month, has been awful yet again. Looking back at it though, most likely people will forget that all these times happened. All we need is for the markets to move back up, and most likely it'll happen in a similar sort where you don't really realize it's happening, and all of a sudden at this 82K range, we saw a 10K candle up and we were back in the green, back above the moving average, and things were good again. It's just how quickly it can go and how things will most likely look and how things will change. But yeah, just wanted to quickly give my thoughts on that matter. I'm looking at the markets thinking, damn, the pessimism is at such a high point, but it's always that way. And it's usually always darkest before the most beautiful of times. Remember that. Make sure you you keep yourself sane in these times. Just know it's happened many times before. It never gets any easier, but you do learn stuff from it. So yeah, that's about it for this little crypto update. Hopefully see you guys again in another crypto video somewhere tomorrow or whenever something happens,